Hello, welcome back to the Put Yourself First podcast. I am your host, mindset and manifestation coach, spiritual guide, healer and mentor for ambitious women just like you. So if that's you, you're in the right place today. And let's chat manifestation, why manifestation isn't working out for you, why manifestation may not be working out for you. These are really common things that I see with women who enter inside of Next Level You, which is my signature manifestation program, which is now open for enrollment, by the way. Is now open for enrollment throughout April. So check out the link in the show notes to find out more about that and join us, especially if you resonate with what I'm sharing today. And in each and every round, I end up saying these in one way or another, almost again and again and again. You're not alone if you resonate with what I'm going to say. You're not alone. And there is another way. So let's talk about 3 reasons why manifestation might not be working for you at the moment. And I'm going to throw a bonus one in here, a bonus tidbit that is a bit of a, will be a bit of a aha for some people here. Forgive me if you've heard me say this before, if you've been around here for a while, but manifestation is not an active thing that you need to try to do, quote unquote. You are already manifesting, because 95% of you, and therefore your life and your results, is created from your unconscious mind. And your mind, body, soul is in communion together to have you show up in the world in a certain way. Have your spirit, your mindset, your energy be a certain way. And who you are being has a direct correlation and causation with the results that you get. So if you want to get a promotion this year, if you want to land that pay rise, if you want to finally manifest your soulmate, whatever it is that you are desiring to call in right now, your first dream home, a bigger home, a certain amount of money or savings in the bank, maybe a big move to a new location, your dream bucket list travel destination, who you are being in the world is what is attracting that in. So you are already manifesting what you are currently creating in your life. And you can view that as a downer, and some people will. Some people will hear that and feel frustrated. But it can also be incredibly empowering, because what happens when you realize that you're already manifesting and attracting in certain results into your life, even if you don't like those results right now, you get to use the process of what we call manifestation, right? When we teach manifestation, when I teach my 6-step manifestation process inside of Next Level You, all I'm doing is helping you come back to the conscious and intentional practice of manifestation. But you're already manifesting. So that's something to say right off the bat, because it's not something that some people can do and some people can't. It's simply that some people's 95% of their identity, their beliefs, all of the things we go deep into working on inside of the program, some people's 95% is aligned with the results they're getting that are, say, how they show up in their career. Of course they're going to land that promotion, right? Who they're being on a first date, of course they're going to attract a high value partner into their life who treats them amazingly well. How much money is in their bank account, Of course, they're valuing their business in that way because of what they believe about themselves and their skill set and the value they bring to their customers or to their clients. It doesn't mean that the person who's not getting those results or not getting the results they want is wrong or bad or is never going to be able to create those results. It's that we need to go in and look at what is that 95%, what do we need to clear out, and what do we need to add in order to start seeing the results that they want to see in their life. And people who are successful, people who just seem to get what they want. You know those people who you're like, how do they do it? There's something about them. I'm drawn to them in a certain way. It's their energy. It's who they're being. It's how they're living their life. That is what makes you attracted to them, what makes you drawn to them, curious to know them, wanting to ask them questions. You know, the woman you admire in your industry. I've had this in, people have it in dating. You're drawn to date someone specific because of their energy and who they're being, how they're showing up. When I have met some of my best friends, these women are fucking magnetic and I want to be around them. And so, of course, I'm going to say, do you want to grab coffee next week? Whatever it is that you are calling in, just know that you are the magnet that is calling that in. You are the lighthouse on the edge of the cliff that is like casting your light and calling in the results that you want to get. And so you can let that be an empowering, activating truth for you today. And also let's dive in, because I know I've gone off on a tangent there, about the three mistakes you might be making with manifestation right now as to why it's not working out for you and you're not getting those results, getting more specific. So the first one is you are attaching yourself to the outcome. So you are pinning who you are, your self-worth, how proud you are of yourself, how good you feel in yourself. You are pinning all of that onto the manifestation of the partner, the job, the money, the house, whatever it is. You are saying, until I have this amount of money in my salary paycheck, I am not okay in who I am. I am not good enough. I am not going to be happy. There's something wrong with me. And when we do this, we get into a pickle, because the whole concept of manifestation is ultimately to be that magnet, right? Be that lighthouse. And if you're attaching yourself to the outcome, you're not being the lighthouse, you're being the little sailor on a rowing boat, desperately rowing out to sea, trying to get to that thing and going, please, 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 I need to have it, it needs to happen now, oh my god, I'm not okay because it's not happened yet, and it needs to happen now. And that level of attachment to the end result is keeping you stuck and is actually repelling it. And the analogy I always use for this is dating. Because in the same way that the lighthouse shines the light and calls in the boats and the ships, aka the manifestation, the goal, and that can be the clients, the partner, we can be attractive to the people or to the things that we want to call into our life. With attaching to the outcome and obsessing over the outcome, what you're essentially doing when you find yourself going, is it ever going to happen? When is it going to happen? Until it happens, I can't rest. Oh my God, I'm frustrated. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. You are the equivalent of someone who you've booked a date with someone. You're going to meet them at 7 p.m. and go to dinner. And at 1 p.m, they message you and say, hey, are we still on for tonight? Are we still on for dinner at 7? And you reply and say, yeah, sure. Can't wait. See you later. And then it gets to 2 p.m. and they message you again. And they say, hey, I know I messaged you an hour ago, but I just wanted to check if it's definitely 7 p.m. tonight. And you say, yeah, 7 p.m. See you there. You can guess where this is going. It gets to 3 p.m. They message you again and they say, hey, I just wanted to triple check if you're definitely going to turn up at the restaurant tonight. I've had people stand me up in the past and I really just want to know you're going to be there at 7 p.m. And you're like, at this point, a bit weirded out, a bit turned off perhaps, a bit like this is a red flag, the level of checking up on you this person is doing before they've potentially even met you. But you still reply like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. And if that person messaged you every hour on the hour leading up to that date, how likely are you going to be showing up to that date? Especially if the longer it went, the more needy and desperate and obsessive the language became in their messages. By the time it rolls around to 6:45, they're like, I'm here, I've been here for over an hour waiting for you, and I just need to know you're going to come. I'm panicking. Please let me know once more that you're going to be there. You would run screaming from that person. And you would probably block them or cancel the date or tell your friends, like, if you match with this person on the apps, don't go on a date with them because this situation happened with me. Why is that? Because in you being essentially harassed by them, with them needing such a level of reassurance and certainty that you were going to be there, at a certain point, that went past a reasonable response and became needy, desperate, and ultimately a turn off, unattractive, and actually really, really uncomfortable and not an energy you want to be around. And the reason I use dating as an analogy, whether you're single or in a relationship, I've been in a relationship for over 10 years, so I literally can't even remember what it's like to go on a date with someone. Even if you're in a relationship, you understand this concept, because with dating, it's all about attraction. And the law of attraction is just that for a reason. You are the magnet attracting in what you want. But when you go, oh my God, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? That's the equivalent of you being that person with your goals and with the universe or God or whatever your belief is, right? So that energy of being desperate for it is actually repelling it. Because if you were the version of you who already had it, you wouldn't need it. In the same way that to be as attractive as you can be to your soulmate, to your future wife, husband, life partner, you would show up on that date knowing that you want them but you don't need them, right? They are going to add something to your life. They're not going to complete you. You are already a whole, healed, healthy, happy, joyful person, all in your own right. and they like are coming in also as a healthy, happy, joyful, successful, etc. person, and you are going to create this life together. Not one person is not completing the other. One person does not need the other in order to feel, oh my god, I can relax now, like they're here. But we use this energy with our goals and wonder why it feels so hard, because in making it a big deal and in attaching everything to this outcome, you are creating so much resistance, and it's like spraying insect repellent all over yourself and then being like, why am I repelling it? We want to be able to detach from the outcome, and I'm going to talk about that in mistake number 3, because that is a real gateway to how to do that. The second mistake that you may be making with manifestation and why it's not working for you and you're not getting results is you are waiting for the result before going first. So you are saying, and this takes this one step further from the last point, you are saying, until I have a full roster of clients, I'm not going to feel confident in myself as a business owner. Until I am earning this amount, I'm not going to invest in myself. I need to earn this much money before I'm at a level where I deserve to treat myself to XYZ. Let's use another example. Until I lose weight, until I look like this, I'm not going to feel sexy and confident and great in my body, and then therefore have confidence to have sex with the lights on or go on a date or whatever. We essentially place conditions over our goals and expectations of the universe. It's like, hey universe, like you need to go first. It's quite an expectant and demanding energy, and not in a good way, right? There's an energy of claiming that it is yours and it is meant for you, but there's also a level of respect in that, because you know that who you are being is ultimately what is going to attract that in. But this energy I'm talking about is entitlement. It's like, until I see that result, until I see that proof, I don't believe in this shit. It's BS. It's not working. And also, until I get that result, I'm not going to go first. I'm not going to feel good about myself. I'm not going to be confident. I'm not going to be the type of person who believes this. And that's not how it works. Because you are the lighthouse attracting in your life, your results, the people who come to you, the people who are drawn to you, the opportunities that come in line with your path are a direct result of how you are showing up in the world, who you are being, your behaviours, your energy, your action steps, yes, but also your belief system, your identity, who you are, how you see yourself, is all experienced by the world on a conscious and also an unconscious level. Remembering that energy of being drawn to someone, that's an unconscious process that's happening. And if you say, this needs to happen before I do this, you are just blocking yourself from manifesting your dream life. And an example I always like to think of is, think of your favourite, think of someone you really look up to, someone who you look at and think, wow, I am inspired by that person. Someone who comes instantly to mind for me is Beyonce. It could be a singer, a celebrity, someone in your industry, a pop star, right? Someone who you just look up to and think, wow. Like for me, that person is Beyonce or Rihanna. Let's think of both. I'll think of both because Rihanna is just amazing too. Beyonce and Rihanna did not wait to become Beyonce and Rihanna and live Beyonce and Rihanna's lives before they went, right, now I can be Beyonce. Rihanna did not go, you know what, until I'm running $1 billion beauty empire and doing the Super Bowl halftime show, I'm not gonna work on my music. I'm not gonna be confident. I'm not gonna put myself forward for opportunities. No, like I need to be earning X amount. I need to be whatever before I like am worthy of standing on stage and being confident and claiming that. No, fuck that. Rihanna became Rihanna before we even knew her name, right? Robin Fenty became Rihanna before we even listened to her first record, because that is how this shit works. You go first. You don't wait until the end result before becoming the person who is living their life with that result. You don't wait until you are achieving a certain fitness goal before you see yourself as someone who is fit and healthy and confident in the gym. You achieve your fitness goal by seeing yourself as someone who is confident, fit and healthy in the gym. You change who is looking back at you in the mirror by how you feel about yourself, how you speak about yourself, your identity from the inside out. You go first. And notice how that energy is so much more empowering than putting these conditions and this entitled energy. It's like the energy of a child, of needing someone to swoop in, a superhero to swoop in and give it to you on a silver platter and save you. You don't need to be saved, baby girl, by any result in your life. You don't need to wait for anything in order to remember who the fuck you are and step into that person. And if you are manifesting something specific, you certainly do not need to wait, or you certainly should not wait until you see that result before becoming the kind of person who maintains, has, expects, and gladly accepts and receives that result. Because in waiting and in putting those conditions in place, you're not manifesting anything. You're manifesting a lot of frustration and lack of results, if anything, or lackluster results that focus on you thinking that you aren't worthy as a person until you have it. The third and final thing I want to talk about you're maybe doing if you're not currently getting results from manifestation is you're not trusting and surrendering to the process. And you're being a control freak. You're being a control freak and you're micromanaging the universe. So think of that energy of like, this is such a stereotype and I hate it, but think of that energy of like nagging that unfortunately we can have placed on us as women. That energy of like being stood over someone. You know what, maybe you've had this in your career have you ever had a micromanager? Someone who you want to just get on with your job, but they are checking up on you what seems like every 5 minutes, or they're micromanaging all the little details of, oh, did you get to this? Oh, did you do this? Oh, did you do this? That shit pisses you off, right? Because you're like, just let me get on with it. I'm fine. Like, I've got this. Trust me. But you do that with the universe. You do that with the universe with your goals. Because you try to control the outcome and you try to predict, right, well, if this is where I'm at now, then by this time next year, I should be here. And right, so that means that, and it's like you're controlling every little detail and calculating everything. And guys, I used to do this. I used to be so obsessed with having a step-by-step action plan to achieve my dream life. And guess what? The universe had other fucking plans for me, because what is on the other side of surrendering and trusting the process is so much more magical than your logical mind that makes this perfect plan could ever even comprehend. And the way I want you to think about it is like, there's this door and there's all these treasures on the other side of this door. It's like a full room. You know, when you like played with pirate stuff, or like read books about pirates and stuff when you were younger, and like the cartoon pirate treasure chest, and it's like brown and you lift the lid and it's full of jewels and gold. Like, there's a room full of those, and that is all the blessings, all the abundance, all the success, all the magic, and it's even more than you could ever imagine, and it's even better than you could ever imagine. But you're trying to decorate this other room behind the door, and you're like, oh, well, if I'm going to be successful in my career, it needs to look like this. And then, oh, well, it needs to be this role at this company. And this is my dream partner, and he needs to have green eyes and be 6'2". And it's like all of these details you're micromanaging. And there's nothing wrong with having clarity over what you want. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the person who's like, right, my husband needs to be 6'2", have green eyes, brown hair, tall, dark and handsome. He needs to work in finance. He needs to earn this amount of money. And they have this micromanaged long list of stuff. And their soulmate, like the person who gets them on a cellular level, who is going to align with their values, who wants to build the life vision that they have too. But because they're not 6'2", you're gonna swipe left on them because you're trying to micromanage the outcome. And we do this, I see this all the time in career as well. You know, you get so obsessed with needing this interview. It needs to be this interview at this role at this company. What if you getting rejected for that role and thinking, oh my God, it wasn't that, my manifestation isn't happening because I didn't get the role and they didn't pick me. What if there's something even better for you around the corner, but you've spent all this time focusing over here when what's ahead of you is 10 times better, a role that is 10 times better? And it happens all the time in my world. People going, oh my God, I can't believe it, but it actually happened, and it happened even better, even in an even more aligned way than I ever could have expected. because they didn't micromanage the process. They surrendered and trusted the path that was being laid out before them. They trusted what was in front of them and what they were being drawn towards, rather than staying all up in their head and using their logical mind to control. And that is such a disservice to the miracles on the other side of this thing we call manifestation. And it's having that belief system that I trust myself, I trust the universe, I trust in the path that is laid out before me. And even if I only see this much of the path right now, a tiny bit, my next step, I trust that when I walk forward, a new part of the path will be revealed. I trust that a path to my dream life is unfolding before my eyes. I trust myself, I trust the universe, and I walk forward. I don't sidestep over here and go down this like rocky side road because I told myself it had to look this way, otherwise it's not going to work. And I am so, like, I can't sit by and watch people not claim the treasure chests that are on the other side of that door because they think that they need to control every last detail of how it's supposed to happen, or when it's supposed to happen, or with who it's supposed to happen. When you can let go of that, magic is going to unfold. And that doesn't mean that you can't say, I want a partner who treats me like this and is like this and is aligned on this. Of course, you can have specificity in your manifestation, but ultimately, you also need to be open to the universe wowing you with how that's going to happen. And people who can master the balance of both will win the manifestation game every single time. And if you want that to be you, if you want manifestation to start working for you, then I really highly recommend you check out Next Level You, my signature group program. You can join us for the 10 weeks. If you would like one-to-one support from me, you can also upgrade to the VIP edition, where you get 2 one-on-ones and messaging support with me. Essentially, if you want that deeper layer of the mindset rewiring, energy healing, shifting identity work that is bespoke, especially if you, for example, really struggle with things like self-worth or something from your childhood that is severely impacting your ability to show up for your goals, you may actually need one-to-one support in order to get you moving forward. You may need that alongside the group, but everyone in the group will receive like such a path laid out for them over these 10 weeks, so much support from me, so much guidance on their goals. And if you have any questions about it, there's absolutely zero BS, pressure, any of that shit. You know I don't do that kind of stuff. DM me on Instagram or TikTok or email us. Everything will be in the show notes for you. If you want to ask questions, see if it's a good fit, tell me about your situation and be like, listen, Kat, this is where I'm at. Is it right for me? What do you think? I'm going to give you an honest answer. I'm going to give you specific feedback on how I can support you, whether it's a good fit, what we cover inside that's going to help you with what you've shared. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Don't sit on any questions. And I can't wait to speak with you very soon, connect with you very soon. I hope this podcast has given you some light bulb moments. Maybe tag me, screenshot and tag me on your Instagram stories if it has, or you can reach out on DMs and let me know too. Speak soon, loves.